Want big money.
I know. It looks like big money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just my wallet. You just wish it was money.
Uh-huh.
It's not real. It's made out of a special paper that I call wishing paper. I have a little bit of it right here. This is some of it. I know that it doesn't look like much at all, does it? And that's because nobody's made a wish yet. But the truth of it is, if you give people their wish, usually they wish for money. And it just happens.
So super honored that one of my old assistants, my virtual assistants, Heather, works for an amazing company called Comrade. I told her how much I like the socks and I love performing in them. They give me more energy. And by the way, I travel a lot, so my feet and legs are always getting tired. These things keep me alive and energized. And these are called Comrade socks. The designs are awesome. They feel amazing to put on. And I told her, I was like, hey, I would love, just for you to send some to Shane so that I can show Shane how awesome they were, because it's hard to explain how good these socks are unless you actually wear them. And I'm excited for him to find out how much he really enjoys them. But no, I want to tell you guys, these socks are freaking awesome. They feel amazing and they look good. If you haven't heard about them, you should check them out. And socks are always the best gift anyway, so holiday season's coming up. But sometimes the camera comes on and I don't have anything planned to say. So let me tell you this word of advice. Always use baby wipes when traveling. What is that makes chicken red? Like, serious question.
Rat meat.
Fortune says, Confucius says, the fun side of a relationship begins to unfold. Actually, hey, that one made me smile. I'm kind of, woo! Nice, good. A good person to know. Connections are important. Yep. If you want to be a spiritualist magician, these have got to go. Instead, you're looking at stuff like this, okay? You're looking at pants like these, and trust me, you're cracking open thermometers, drinking the mercury inside, moving things with your mind. That's how you do it. Chris Angel's got nothing on me.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Drake, it's me, Chris again. I just want to stick with you and follow up, make sure I'm, staying top of mind for you. Hey, anyway, hope things are going well with your brother. I know that he was in that accident, hopefully recovering well. I still have some things I want to chat with you about, so whenever you get a chance, give me a call. I know the mornings are usually better. I'll try to reach out to you Monday morning and catch you, but if you don't hear from me, definitely give me a call. My number is 804-442-6132. Thanks, Drake. See you later.
So kind of explain what that is.
Yeah, so that is Drake Vandecastle. He runs First Night Virginia's Entertainment. It's a big, pretty much New Year's Day festival, or New Year's Eve festival, where all day long they have entertainment and shows in the Mall of Charlottesville, the outdoor mall. Super cool and elegant, and have some big name performers. Last year Eric Jones was there, and I got asked. I actually applied to perform there and never heard back, and then they reached out to me. I was like, hey, I didn't know if you saw my application. They said, no, we didn't see your application, we just heard about you and wanted to reach out. So I quoted them a rate, and I think they're saying it's a little too expensive, but I would love to help money not be an issue, because for me, like, let's figure out how we can make it happen. The money's the least of my concern. Like, we'll get the money, through sponsorships or through ticket sales or some way. So for me, the money's not the concern. For me, the concern is, will they have good entertainment? And I definitely think they will. We want to have entertainment that brings people in, so people are excited to be there. Because without people, there's no money. Without money, the nonprofit goes under. We don't want that to happen. So. Remember, you're not selling the entertainment, you're selling the benefits. Remember that. You're selling hey, I'm going to expand camaraderie and boost company morale and employee loyalty. We really want to make sure that they're well connected. Some people are focused on brand awareness outside of the company, but if we can do a show that ties your products and company culture in a unique way, now you're doing brand awareness within the company, which debatably, to me, is more important.
Because then you have loyalty within your customers that are their values align with the company values.
Exactly. I say, do you know how people know about your company? From the employees. What do you want them to communicate? Do you want them to communicate, oh, I work for this company? Do you want them to communicate something they're proud of? So I always tell them that. And then, so essentially, this is James Mollenkamp, a mentalist, which is, for anybody who doesn't mean he's crazy, it means he reads minds. So it means he's crazy. And I actually ran into him at a library show I was doing. He came up after me afterwards and said hello. And
That's right, yeah.
I will say this: I get a lot of people who come after my show and say, "Oh, I'm a magician. I do magic," and you're like, "Okay." But I just, for some reason, I trusted this guy. I believed him. I was like, "Oh, I feel like that's true."
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know if you want to tell.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. I was doing real estate at the time.
Yeah.
And so
How old are you, by the way?
19.
What? I told him you were like 26. I was like, but I think he actually is younger than me. I just don't feel like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 19 at the time doing real estate, and I saw that there was a magic show, and obviously being a magician, in my mind, my broker always says one thing: excuses or results. You can't have both.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that makes you mad every time you hear it, but it's true, and that's kind of why it makes you mad.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, she's right. I need to be doing more networking. And so I saw that, and I literally was there to network.
Well, she told you that for. Oh, you were there to network for real estate or magic?
For real estate. I was there to network
Oh.
for real estate because, and I thought the added benefit was I get to watch a magic show. It was like,
Yeah.
it's like, this is the perfect place. Kids means there will be parents, meaning there could be business
Yeah.
for people trying to buy houses.
You came in my house trying to be a sales, or my
Yes.
show being trying to be a sales.
Yeah,
I know
I was poaching. And that was my reason for going, because I was like, oh God, a kid's magician. You know, it's like never been my speed. And I showed up, and it was so good. I didn't talk to anyone there except you.
Yeah.
Because I was just watching the show, and then we talked afterwards, and you invited me to dinner with you and Joel.
That's
And
so
it was,
funny, yeah.
It was because of the things that you and Joel said that I'm now professional
Oh,
in
dude.
magic. Yeah.
And you just tell them a little bit about you quit real estate and.
I did. I quit. I left real estate. I think maybe 3 months after that. So not a long turnaround, and started doing more just magic gigs. Just
Dude,
having
that
gigs,
is
man.
5 or 6 magicians now who have like literally I've just had one meal with, and then they've been full time.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, it was that
Midas
yeah.
touch. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It was just you and Joel were just like, yeah, you're good.
Joel's now full time too. He's quitting his job at Apple to do.
Yeah,
I
I
give him a
met
few
him-
tips. The same tips I'm giving you about pricing and corporate, man. Same thing. I
Yeah.
just told him, hey, you're not selling the show. You're selling the benefits. So
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Brilliant.
Also, a couple things. Let's just talk about this. He posted them. Now we need no soliciting signs. We need that for sure.
Yeah.
We also, dude, everywhere we go, me and Shane are always talking about this in the docuseries and some of the episodes coming out and some of the ones that have been out. We talk about this. People are always like, oh, magician, he does kids. Yeah.
Right.
But then they always see the show and they're like, what?
It was good. It's just polished and it looks not like a kid's show.
Yeah.
But it plays for the kids, you know?
Sure,
it,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
plays perfectly. The kids obviously loved it.
Yeah, man.
No one was out of line as far as the kids,
Yeah.
which is my problem. The reason I don't
Oh,
do
I don't
kid
let
shows-
that happen.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
if you see my show, I don't let that fly. I'll literally be like, Austin, you're ruining the show. Sit down.
Yeah.
Watt, we need to ask you something.
All right.
We need, and me and Shane have been waiting for this. We need your top 3 doomsday pieces of advice.
Doomsday pieces of advice?
I feel like you would just have good advice on that.
Okay. Number 1, you need a lot of ammo.
Okay.
Number 1, you need a lot of ammo. Number 2, you need a lot of something to use that ammo with. And number 3, you need a very secure location
What would be a good location for something like that?
up on the top of the hill.
Oh, you thought about
Top of the hill.
Yeah.
Everywhere I live, everything that I do right now, I embody my answers to you. I live on the top of the hill.
Yeah.
I got plenty of ammo and plenty of guns.
Okay. But it's just you. What do you know? It's,
And plus, the next after that though, that's the top 3. You only asked for 3. The next thing is, you can't be stupid.
all right. Yeah.
Well, that one you
Stupid
can't really
people
buy.
are not going to survive the zombie apocalypse, okay?
Yeah.
Some people are going to have to be left behind. And stupid people are going to be the ones that are left behind.
Yeah.
It's the herd mentality. You can't, you know.
I'll take as much advice.
may be higher though.
Yeah.
Oh, no question about that.
Yeah.
No
so,
question
like,
about
maybe,
that.
Like, if they
But
have
you know
this
that's but the
mentality-
zombies feed on the multitudes.
Oh,
you know they're
yeah.
looking for the mass quantity, not the
Not the quality of
not the
grain.
quality. Yeah,
Yeah.
not the quality gourmet meal. They want the,
They don't go out
They
for a
want the
little sushi
McDonald's
plate.
of
They want the-
brains.
Where do you
Yeah,
think-
they
where
want
do
the
you- okay,
McDonald's of
serious
brains.
question.
I could tell that attitude in you and
Thanks,
that
man.
approach. That's why I told you you had what it took.
I need to
if
hear
you
that
wanted
sometimes.
to do
Yeah,
that,
because that's
you know, because that is the key effect. That's the key quality of connecting in a show business type of environment.
Yeah.
or I mean, it's all show business, but whatever you wanted to do with running things and being an MC, being a ringmaster, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see in this day and age because they have so little opportunity for one-on-one physical
Yeah.
meeting.
I agree with that. It's weird that you say it because I didn't feel like when I was 15 and I came in here, I had that yet. But maybe I did.
It's because it's not, you can cultivate it, but I think it's just as much something that you're born with.
Like an
something,
it factor.
Huh?
Like an it factor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just something that just has happened just through the benefit and luck of biology, of genetics, of whatever you want to say, you know.
Yeah.
Of personality, of astrology, or whatever it is. Some people just have it. Plenty of people can learn it and get it. But some people already have enough of it where that is easy.
I agree with you there. I'm.
And it
yeah.
just comes.
He went as Santa Claus. He's got an outfit for...
You guys look like you went to the football game today. Yeah, we did. I wish we had.
I was born in Salem, Massachusetts in 1659, so that makes me 360 years old. Well, in 1692 in Salem, Massachusetts, things got kind of hot, so I packed up and moved south and became the Wizard of the South.
I never met another Santa Claus other than you, other than in character. So I'm showing up to these two guys, jolly looking, big beards, white hair, and they're telling old war stories.
We're both magicians too, and we were both in the army in Europe.
And you were talking about how you you probably talk about this all the time, but you were talking about how you drove on a motorcycle and slept at the enemy's base camp, didn't you?
No.
Oh no, that's not what it was.
No, I was driving to a chess tournament, a big international chess tournament, and it got dark and it started to rain, and I got in this little German town and I saw this GI walking on the sidewalk. So I said, "Hey man, is there an army post around here, where I can spend the night?" And he goes, "Oh my God," he said, "you're like a gift from heaven." He said, "You can sleep in my bed, so when they have bed check, there'll be somebody in my bed sleeping, and I'll stay out and drink all night long." And I said, "Fine." So I went in there and had a warm bed for the night, and he stayed out drinking with his German friends or whatever.
Wow.
And the next morning I got up and got on my motorcycle and finished riding to Heidelberg for the big international chess tournament.
You said that so casually.
That I was in. Represented the U.S. Army, man. Got free leave for that.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But I remember you were the only person that would be able to take me to magic meetings.
Yeah,
so
so I'll pick you up. I went down there and picked you up at your dorm and took you to a lot of things. And then I said, "Man, there's a big magic convention in Northern Virginia. You want to go?" And you said, "Heck yeah."
I missed
Never
it.
been to a magic convention before.
I remember I had papers due that weekend too. I had papers. I was like, those papers will get done. They'll get done somehow. You're like, it for me as a freshman in college, it was a sweet deal. You're like, "I'll take you to a magic convention. I'll drive you up there for free. You just gotta."
We drove back that Saturday night. And I
did.
dropped you off about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
At your place, so you could go in and start working on your papers.
Yeah.
This card trick, I call keep your eye on the Queen of Hearts. Now, to make it easy, I put the Queen on top of the 2 10s and square it up, and I turn it over. And when I turn it over, I ask people where the Queen is. Is it up top or is it on the bottom? Most people say, "Oh, it's on the bottom." And of course, they're right, because all I did was turn it over. To make it a little more challenging, I take the Queen and put it on top of the 2 10s. Now the Queen is facing those cards. So when you square it up and you turn it over, this side looks like that side. People get confused. They think it's on the bottom or they think it's on the top. But these are the 10s. The Queen jumped in my pocket. I forgot to tell you about that. Anyway, it would have ruined the trick if I did. So I have 4 cards. Of course, I got the Queen, and I've got the 3 10s. So what I'm going to do now is grab the Queen, place it the wrong direction, right like that, and simply square the cards up and count the cards. All you do is count 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only have 4 cards. Oh yeah, these are the 10s. The Queen is back in my pocket. Now, I can't do this trick with 5 cards, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of the cards out and remove that card, Can you hold that card right like that? Right there. Yeah. Now I've removed the one card that does not match all of the other cards. If I remove the one card that doesn't match, then all these cards would be queens and they'd all match. So that would be the only 10 I ever had.
Wow. See you later.
Absolutely, man.
Stay safe. And we gotta meet at what is it, Brent?
I'm not going to give
Who's
you a
Feinstein?
tomorrow.
Oh, Brett. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
okay,
You
Brett,
gotta
yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think this is a wrap for us.
He was a smooth talking guy.
You got
This
his,
is Spiritualist Magician Chris
website
Ramsey
for my
here.
card
About to
that I
show you
gave
some
you
new
here
moves.
last
It's going to
week.
be in my new pamphlet that I'm putting
Business
out.
card.
It's called Finger
Rick,
Flickers. Check
the
this
Santa
out.
Rick.
You know, I haven't even.
This is called Diagonal Palm Shift. That's
Okay,
a
I
new
was just
diagonal
asking
palm
if you've
shift.
done anything.
This one's called the
I have it on my
Watch
phone.
Steel, but with cards. Watch
Well,
this
if
one.
you're going
I
to
have the
order
website
some
on
of
my
those
phone.
coins,
Oh, that's clean.
I want to order
We got this
some
one too. This one's called the
I
wristband.
have
Looks like
the
this.
website on my phone.
And Dan might want to order some too. Dan, you want to order any of those Santa
That's
coins?
good. I mean, this is the best one. This is the last one in the pamphlet. It looks like this. Ready? King of clubs, 2 of hearts,
Wow.
4 spades,
No gimmicks?
4 of diamonds,
You're kidding me. There's no
Ace of
gimmicks.
Well,
hearts,
listen.
6 of clubs,
He might
and
use this
back to the king of
belt.
clubs.
Let me see that. Is that a gimmick?
No gimmicks.
No gimmick.
No
No
gimmicks.
gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
Oh, yeah.
Clean.